self-regulated learning. Okay, so self-regulated learning is a cycle process. Okay, wherein the students plans for a task, monitors their performance, and then reflects on the outcome. And paulit-ulit lang. Okay, the cycle then repeats as the students uses the reflection to adjust and prepare for the next task. Okay, so first is plan, set goals, and lay out strategies. Okay, encouraging students to establish a plan before they start working on a task will help them strategize right from the start. Okay, ilan kasi sa mga estudyante na tinatahak ng isang bagay na wala silang clear goals. That is why ang consequences ay minsan hindi matatapos ang ginagawa or naguguluhan na sa ginagawa. Is it because of lack of plans, lack of goals? Because if you miss these two, okay, kapag na-miss mo tong plans and goal, hindi ka makakagawa ng strong strategy to fulfill ang isang bagay or to fulfill ang gusto mong magawa sa buhay. For example, plano kong maging doctor someday. My goal is to help those in need in medical circumstances. So my strategy is to study hard because this is the stepping stone towards my plan and to meet my goals. Okay? So next is use strategies and monitor performance. Okay, so after mo nagplan, after mo nag-set ng goals at nag-lay out ng strategies, okay, ang next na gagawin mo is use your strategies and monitor performance. So in your plans, I encourage you to put time to monitor and evaluate your performance. Okay, so use strategies. Okay, so in this phase, students carry out the plan that was outlined in the forethought phase, wherein yung naset mong goals, plans, and strategies needs a strong monitoring. Ideally, students can proceed with this with the confidence because they have already established a detailed plan of action. Okay? Ang gagawin mo is okay, so here are some key points you can use to coach students through this phase. Okay, self-observation. Okay, to use self-observation to reflect on the actions taken by you and the effectiveness of the results. For example, when I studied in a quiet location in the library, I completed the reading more quickly than when I read at home. Okay? Ganun lang. Try to observe kahit maliit man yan. I-observe niyo ang sarili niyo. Kung nakakatulong ba ito, kung nakakatulong ba ang pakikinig ng music habang nagbabasa, okay? Nakakatulong ba siya sa pag-aaral mo or hindi? Ganun lang. Another is plan for what to do and when obstacles arises. Okay, for example, if I get stuck on the math in this assignment, I will go to my weekly TA's weekly help session. Okay? So next is stick with the strategies. Okay? Minsan kasi kapag after mo na nag-set ng strategies, hindi na itutuloy. Wala na. Nakalagay na lang diyan. Wala nang pakialam. Pabago-bago ng strategy. Ayoko tong strategy na to. Palitan ko na. Walang matatapos. Okay? So you need to put strong strategy based on your goals and plans. Minsan kasi kapag may goal, may plan, tapos ang strategy mo it's not jiving, hindi nag-jive doon sa dalawa, talagang malilintikan ka. Okay? And next is to monitor your progress. Monitor mo yung progress mo. Okay? And after monitoring the progress, okay, reflect on the performance or having a strong self-reflection in your performance. Okay? Many of the students focus solely on the extrinsic outcome. Okay? Extrinsic outcome. Okay? So ang kulang kasi sa atin is ang magandang gawin is to to as students, okay, to evaluate their own performance and their results. Okay, students should compare their performance to their original goal rather than comparing themselves to others. Okay? Kasi minsan kasi imbes na ang self-reflection is nagiging peer reflection, kaya nagkakaroon ng frustration among the students. Okay? Kasi anong ginagawa nila? Kino-compare nila ang kanilang sarili sa may ibang tao. Magkaiba sila ng goal. Ang goal mo ay hindi yun nakatouch sa interest ng ibang tao. Okay? Next is the setting goals for success. Okay, the 5 golden rules. So first is set goals that motivate you. Okay? Set goals that touch your interests. Okay, hindi yung nagse-set ka ng goals na ayaw mo dahil hindi yun nakaka-motivate sa sarili mo. Hindi ka ma-motivate na gawin yung isang bagay. For example, si Maria, magaling kumanta, pero ang goal niya ay sumayaw sa Big Dome. Ma-motivate ba siya na gawin yun? Kasi ang strength ni Maria is kumanta, di ba? So another is yung mga parents na pumipili ng courses ng kanilang mga anak. Okay, does it guarantee sa bata na ma-motivate mag-aral? Hindi. Okay, mawawala ng interest sa mag-aral ang isang bata. Okay, hayaan mo silang pumili ng kanilang gusto. Okay, to set their goals, to set their plans on themselves para ma-motivate sila. Kasi despite of the challenges, despite of the obstacles na na encounter ng bata is kakayanin niya. Kasi yun ang magpapasaya sa kanya in the future. Okay? So, tips. Okay? Tips is make sure that your goal is motivating. Okay? Write down why is it valuable and why is it important to you. Okay? Ask yourself, if I were to share my goal with others, what would I tell them to convince them that it was a worthwhile goal? Okay? You can use this motivating value statement to help you if you start to doubt yourself or lose confidence in your ability to actually make the goal happen. Okay? Next is set smart goals. Okay? Yung SMART is may abbreviation lang yan. So, meaning ng SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay? So, set specific goals. Your goal must be clear and well-defined. Okay? Measurable goals. So, include precise amounts, dates, and so on in your goals. So, you can measure your degree of success. Okay? So, next is attainable goals. Make sure that it is possible to achieve the goals you set. If you set a goal that you have no hope of achieving, you will only demoralize yourself and erode your confidence. Mawawalan ka ng bababa ang self-esteem mo. Okay, so next is relevant goals. Goals should be relevant to the direction you want in your life and career to take. Okay? Kung anong gusto mo, yun ang gawin mo. Hindi yung kung anong gusto mo, kakaliwa ka. Hindi. Okay? Hindi ka mamomotivate. Next is time-bound goals. Your goals must have a deadline. Okay? Again, this means that you know when you can celebrate success. When you are working on a deadline, your sense of urgency increases and also the achievement will come that much quicker. Okay? Just like for example, at the age of 23, stable job na ako. At the age of 24, magkakaroon na akong bahay. At the age of 25, papakasal na ako. At the age of 26, may 3 na akong anak. Ganun lang yun. Time-bound goals. Okay? Next is set goals in writing. Okay? The physical act of writing down goal makes it real and tangible. Okay? You have no excuse for forgetting about it kasi naisulat mo siya. Okay? As you write, use the word will instead of would, like to or might. Okay, for example, I will reduce my operating expenses by 10% this year. Not I would like to reduce my operating expenses by 10% this year. Okay? So the first goal statement has power and you can see yourself reducing expenses. Okay? So the second lacks passion and gives you an excuse if you get sidetracked. Okay? Make an action plan. Okay, this step is often missed in the process of goal setting. Pero ang make an action plan, it is an optional for you. Okay, you get so focused on the outcome that you forget to plan all these steps that are needed along the way. Okay, next is stick with it. Ito na pinaka-final. Stick with it. Okay, remember, goal setting is an ongoing activity, not just a means to an end. Build in reminders to keep yourself on track and make regular time slots available to review your goals and your end destination. Okay, it may remain quite a similar over the long term, but the action plan you set for yourself along the way can change significantly. Okay, make sure the relevance, make sure the value, make sure the necessity remain high. Okay? Pag nag-set ka ng goals at naisulat, gawin mo ito. Hindi lang yung nakatunga, hindi lang yung nakapatong na lang sa table lahat ng mga goals mo, lahat ng mga actions plans mo. Hindi yung hanggang salita ka lang. Okay? Just like for an example, when 2021 gets started, sinabi mo, magsa-saving ako. And then, nag-start ka mag-saving. Naglagay ka ng 100 or tig-piso. Then, after 2 months, tumigil ka na. Binuksan mo yung saving mo at kinuha lahat ng pera. So, you have the lack of, you have the lack of, you are not sticking to what your goals in life. Hindi ka makapag stick kung ano talaga yung plans mo, kung ano yung mga goals mo sa buhay. Okay? So what will you decide? Accomplish it today. Okay? So next, let's proceed to Albert Bandura's self-efficacy. Self-efficacy. Okay? Okay, so in here pala, meron tayong the importance of goals. So what would be the importance of goals? So setting goals gives you the long-term vision and the short-term motivation. It focuses on your acquisition of knowledge and helps you to organize your time and your resources so that you can make the most of your life. Ano ba nga bang importansya ng goal? Okay? Ang goal is your dream. Halimbawa, nag-set ka ng goal na makakapagtapos ka ng pag-aaral. You have the goal, okay? In your way, papunta towards on your success, despite of the challenges, despite of the obstacles that you face along your way, kakayanin mo. Kasi may goal kang gustong ma-meet is to makapagtapos ng pag-aaral. Because after you meet that goals, beyond that goal, you will genuinely celebrate the true essence of happiness. Okay? Pero, minsan kasi, may mga taong na-frustrate dahil hindi nila na-meet yung kanilang goal. Pero, I suggest that goal is, it takes time to meet your goals. Okay? It takes time to meet your goals. Hindi minamadali ang lahat. Okay? Hindi minamadali ang lahat. Okay, so kapag na-fail kayo sa goal, don't frustrate. Stand up. Stand brave and face again the challenges and walk towards your success. Okay? So, Albert Bandura's self-efficacy. So, sino nga ba si Albert Bandura? So, Albert Bandura, born December 4, 1925 in Alberta, Canada. So, Canadian-born American si Albert Bandura. He is a psychologist and also originator of social cognitive theory, who is probably best known for his modeling study on aggression referred to as Bobodal. Okay, kung maalala nyo yung Bobodal experiment ni Albert Bandura. Okay, yung Bobodal is yung may tatlong bata. May bata. Okay? Pinanood niya yung nanununtok sa dal. Okay, pinanood yung isang lalaki na sinusuntok yung dal. Then after that, nilagay niya sa room yung isang bata and then naglagay siya ng dal. So anong ginawa ng bata? Sinusuntok-suntok yung dal. So what social behavior na pinapakita mo sa bata is gagawin at kung gagawin ng isang bata, okay? So be a great model to your young ones. Okay? Yun ang gustong sabihin ni Albert Bandura. So what is the Albert Bandura's self-efficacy? Okay? So self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific attainments. Okay? Example of self-efficacy. Magaling ang isang bata sa math. So probably, malaki ang kanyang confidence na mag-stand out sa statistics. Pero kung ang bata ay mahina sa math, anong ginagawa? Nakayuko. And probably, hindi siya confident sa pagsosolve ng statistics. So, another is, di ba minsan, in short, di ba minsan is, minsan is sa loob ng classroom kapag nagtanong si teacher, okay, yung mga ibang estudyante is nakayuko because they don't know the answer. So anong lack sa kanila, anong wala sa kanila, and then anong meron naman sa estudyante na kung mata tumingin sa teacher dahil alam nila ang sagot is the confidence. Okay, confidence, yun ang. Because, in short, self-efficacy is having confidence in the ability. Okay? Okay, so the four main sources of efficacy beliefs. Okay? First is the mastery experience. It also known as the personal performance accomplishments are the most effective way to create a strong sense of efficacy. Okay, kung master mo ang isang bagay, then you are probably can work effectively. Okay, so the positive example of mastery experience is if an individual performed well in previous job assignment. Okay, so then they are more likely to feel confident and have a high self-efficacy in performing tasks. Okay, so when their manager assigns them in a similar task, the individual's self-efficacy will be high in that particular area, and since he or she has a high self-efficacy, because he or she is more likely to try harder and complete the task with much better results. Okay, so the negative example, okay, so if an individual experience a failure naman, okay, he or she will most likely experience a reduction in self-efficacy. Okay, however, if these failures are later overcome by conviction, it can serve to increase self-motivated persistence when the situations is viewed as an achievable challenge. Okay? So, vicarious experience, these are done through observations of social models that also influence one's perception of self-efficacy. Okay? In the increase in self-efficacy example is ano pa ba? Vicarious experience is the most important factor, okay? The most important factor that determines the strength of influence of an observed success or failure of one's own self-efficacy. Okay? It is the degree of similarity between the observer and the model. Okay? So, example of increase in self-efficacy is mentoring programs, okay, where an individual is paired with someone on a similar career path who will be successful at raising the individual self-efficacy beliefs, okay. Kapag ikaw, ang gusto mo sa buhay is to be a doctor, okay, pakipag-pair ka dun sa mga doctor because this is farther strengthened if both, okay, kung kayo have a similar skill set, so a person can see firsthand and they may achieve, okay, kung pareho kayo is you are brave to face any challenges, okay, sa tinatahak ninyo kasi same kayo ng goal and same kayo ng skill and same kayo ng path na tinatahak. Okay, so decrease in self-efficacy is yung mismatch. Example is smoking cessation program, in which individuals witnessing several people's failure to quit may worry about their own chances of success, leading to low self-efficacy for quitting, or a weight loss program in which others do not achieve the results you are hoping for. One strong example is in a traditional way of education before, okay, yung mga panahon ng mga 1980, ganyan, yung homogeneous pa noon. May section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. Okay? Ang section 1, and they are more knowledgeable, educated sila, at they are persevere, optimistic ang mga yan, ang mga section 1. Okay? So, kung naihalo ka doon, okay? Kung naihalo ka dun, syempre ma-adapt mo yung environment. You are going to be perseverant and also optimistic in your future. Pero kung maihalo ka sa last section, ay yung mga last section is baturo, walang ginawa sa buhay kundi mag-escape, mag-smoke, nang babastos mga teacher. Kung maihalo ka doon, you will adapt the environment. Okay? You will adapt the environment. Kaya minsan ngayon, ang ginawa ng Department of Education is ginawa ng heterogeneous. Okay? Heterogeneous na siya para kapag once na observe or nakita ng isang bata na ay si ganito is nag-aaral na mabuti, so I need to mag-aral din ng mabuti. Okay, so that is the vicarious experiences. Okay, so verbal or social persuasion, it is a way of strengthening people's belief that they have what it takes to succeed. Okay, so a positive example of this is a teacher telling a student, "You can do it, anak. I have a confidence in you." Okay, so using those verbal persuasion in a positive light generally leads into individuals to put forth more effort. Therefore, okay, they have a greater chance at succeeding. Okay? So kapag negative example naman is a teacher saying a student, "This is not acceptable. I thought you could handle this task." Okay? So can lead to a doubts and about oneself, resulting in lower chances of success. Okay? So, in short, we need to be kailangan nating maging maingat sa lahat ng sinasabi natin. So, kahit ang mga, 'di ba kapag elementary, kapag kinder pala, teachers are more likely na maalala nyo ba nung bata nyo, nag-drawing lang tayo ng maliit na sun. Okay? Wow, ang ganda-ganda naman 'yan. Ganun ang sinasabi natin sa mga bata, 'di ba? Because it boost their confidence. Okay, magaling pala akong mag-drawing. So, kailangan ko pang i-develop. So, ganun ang notion ng mga bata. So, kaya kapag may mga bata kayong nakikita dyan, huwag niyong sabihin na ang drawing nila is pangit. Sabihin niyo na maganda, kahit plastic. That's make them a stepping stone. Okay? Yun ang magiging stepping stones nila to develop themselves in doing that things. Okay? Next is emotional and physiological states. So, okay, so the state a person is in will influence how he or she judges self-efficacy. Okay? So, ang emotional and physiological states like a mirror. Okay? It's like a mirror. Okay? Stress reactions or tensions are interpreted as a signs of vulnerability to to a poor performance, whereas a positive emotions can boost confidence in skills. Just like for example, kapag pinagsabihan ka ng wa kapag pinagsabihan ka ng magaling kang sumayaw. Okay? So anong mararamdaman mo? Okay, magaling pala ako sumayaw. So kailangan ko pang i-develop. Okay? Kailangan ko pang mas magaling. Pero kapag pinagsabihan ka, ang pangit-pangit mong sumayaw. What would you feel? 'Di ba? Ayoko nang may some of the people na kapag napagsabihan ng pangit-pangit sumayaw is ayaw niya ng sumayaw. Okay, nawala na siya ng confidence na ba't pa lang ako sasayaw, hindi pala ako magaling, 'di ba? Okay, so it's really important na yung mga feedback natin sa mga tao is using the euphemistic words para hindi siya masyadong harsh, hindi siya masyadong masakit sa sa pinagsasabihan mo. Okay, so example of physiological feedback are giving a speech in front of a large group of people, making a presentation to an important client, or taking an exam. Okay, all these tasks can cause agitation, anxiety, stage fright, ano pa, sweaty palms, and other racing heart. Okay, although this source is the least influential of the four, it is important to note that if one is more at ease with the task at hand, he or she will feel more capable and have a higher beliefs of self-efficacy. Okay? Next is Carol Dweck's mindset. Okay? Carol Dweck's mindset. Ang tanong, anong klaseng mindset meron ka? Is it fixed or growth mindset? Okay? Sino nga ba si Carol Dweck? Si Carol Dweck coined the terms fixed mindset and the growth mindset to describe the underlying beliefs of people, okay, about learning and the intelligence. When students believe they can get smarter, they understand that effort makes them stronger. Okay, therefore, they put in extra time and effort, and that leads a higher achievement. Okay, so first let's define what is fixed mindset. Okay, fixed mindset. Believe you either or aren't good at something based on your inherent nature because it is just who you are. Okay, so this sounds simple, but it is a surprisingly deep. Okay, the fixed mindset is the most common and the most harmful. Okay, so it's worth understanding and considering how it's affecting you. Okay, in short, fix na ang pag-iisip mo. Ayaw mo nang mag-grow. Ayaw mo na mag-entertain ng bagong skills. Kasi kontento ka na kung anong meron ka. Kontento ka na sa basic skill, basic information na meron ka. Okay? Another is madali kang mag-give up. Hindi ka nag-e-effort sa professional growth mo. Okay? Wala ka nang pakialam. Okay? Wala ka nang pakialam sa anong nangyayari sa mundo. Basta ako, I have this information, I have these basic skills. Pero basic pa lang yun. Okay? Basic pa lang yung meron ka. Unlike in growth mindset. Ang growth mindset naman is believe anyone can be good at anything because your abilities are entirely due to your actions. Okay? You commit to mastering valuable skills regardless of mood, okay? Knowing passion, purpose come from doing great work, okay? Which comes from expertise and experiences. So growth mindset, continuous pa rin ang learning. Ina-accept nila ang challenges kasi ang alam nila ang challenges, ang mga mistakes na nangyayari sa kanila is matututo sila. They learn from things. They learn from that. Okay? Mas lalo silang madedevelop doon. Okay? So example, in fixed mindset, you believe she is a natural born singer or just no good at dancing. Okay? In growth mindset naman, you believe anyone can be a good at anything. Skill comes only from practice. Okay? Pag sinabi mo, si Lea Salonga, ay inborn yan. Inborn ang pagiging magaling niya sa pagkanta. Pero kapag growth mindset mo, I know, nakuha lang ni Lea Salonga dahil na develop niya yun sa workshop, na-develop niya yun sa palaging training na ginagawa niya at palaging pagkanta. Okay? Ganun ang growth mindset. Ganun ang difference ng fixed mindset and growth mindset. So, another is the fixed mindset believes trouble in devastating. If you believe you are either naturally great or will never be great, then you have any trouble. Your mind thinks you will never be a great at this because mag-give up ka na sa isang bagay. So the growth mindset believes trouble is just important feedback in the learning process. Okay, yung mga mistakes na yan, okay lang yan sa akin. Because I grow from that mistakes. I develop myself from that mistakes. I learn from that mistakes. Ganun ang growth mindset. Compare sa fixed mindset. Na once kapag na-fail na ang mga fixed mindset, ay ayoko nang itry yung bagay na yan. Okay? So more example of this is in fixed mindset, you want to hide your flaws so you are not judged or labeled a failure. In growth mindset naman, your flaws are just to-do list of things to improve. Okay? Another is in fixed mindsets, you stick with what you know to keep your confidence. In growth mindset naman is you keep up your confidence by always pushing into unfamiliar to make sure you are always learning. Okay? Ano pa ba? Ano pang mga example? In fixed mindset, failures define you. Okay? In growth mindset, failures are temporary setbacks. Setbacks lang mga yan, sabi ni growth mindset. Another is fixed mindset, you believe you are romantically compatible with someone. Okay, so you should share all each other's views and everything should just come naturally. And growth mindset naman is you believe a lasting relationship comes from effort and working through inevitable differences. Okay? Yun lang naman. One example pa is in fixed mindset, it's all about the outcome. If you fail, you think all effort was wasted. Fruitless ang effort daw, sabi ni fixed mindset. Pero ang growth mindset, anong sabi niya? It's all about the process. So the outcome hardly matters. Okay? Yun lang. Yun lang ang two kinds of mindset. So here is the example or it's portraying the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. Ang growth mindset is freedom. Ang fixed mindset is limiting. Okay? Basahin nyo na lang yan. Kasi nabanggit ko rin lang naman ang mga iba dyan. Next is Edwin Locke's goal setting theory. Okay? So, sabi ni Edwin Locke is ang goal-setting theory refers to effects of setting goals on subsequent performance. Researcher Edwin Locke found that individuals who set specific, difficult goals perform better than those who set general, easy goals. Okay? So, Locke proposed 5 basic principles of setting goals. Yun yung clarity, challenge, commitment, feedback, and task complexity. Okay? So first, let's define what is clarity. Okay, clarity is a clear, measurable goal. Is more achievable than one that is poorly defined. Okay, in other words, be specific. Okay, the most effective goals have a specific timeline for completion. Next is challenge. The goal must have a decent level of difficulty in order to motivate you to strive toward your goal. Okay? Commitment. When we say commitment, it is put deliberate effort into meeting this goal. Okay? Share your goal with someone else in order to increase your accountability to meet that goal. Okay? Commitment. Feedback. Okay, when we say feedback, it set up a method to receive information on your progress toward a goal. Okay, if losing example is if you're losing 30 pounds in 4 months turns out to be too hard. Okay, it's better to adjust the difficulty of your goal midway. Okay, through the timeline that to give up entirely. Okay, task complexity. Okay, last but not the least, if a goal is especially complex, make sure you give yourself enough time to overcome the learning curve involved in completing the task. In other words, okay, if a goal is really tough, make sure you give yourself something padding to give you the best chance at succeeding. Okay, that's complexity. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for this another day, and I hope that you will watch this at your own rates. And after this you will have your quiz on your LMS. I'll update you on what time and the deadline. Okay. Thank you and stay safe. God bless.